Hey guys, I hope that all of you are doing great. Well, we are going to talk about the list of exchanges for the crypto market in these bear times, especially when you're hearing so much of the news of the insolvency, people's funds getting stuck into a lot of places. Celsius thing that you might have heard. There's another Voyager Digital. There's another Vault, right? One after the other things are happening, and a lot of FUD is also happening. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to just declare that okay, these are the good exchanges, these are the bad exchanges. We are going to work out together in this video how do we proceed to find out, and this process can be useful in any of the time, because let me tell you, I'm going to show you this is not a new story. Even in 2018 bear market, a lot of insolvency happened. A lot of people's funds got stuck at a lot of places. You might have heard the phrase, not your keys, not your coins. So make sure you watch the video completely till the end, because when we are in the crypto market, I'm sure you are here for a long period of time. You are here to be the next millionaire, multimillionaire, and even the billionaire. And it's all possible, guys. We have all heard the stories of a taxi driver becoming a billionaire, right, within the crypto. And it's possible, and we are still early. So make sure you watch it, because safety of your crypto assets is very, very important, that we all need to be working towards. Now, first of all, let us try to see, because the story of like the 2018 bear market, and basically the liquidations, hacks, so much of the things were happening even that time. The reason we need to see this is to understand it is not a new story that during the bear market something like this is happening these days. It has happened previously as well, and it is going to happen in the future. So we need to have the plans sorted out so that we do not face such kind of scenario. Like, you just try to Google search. I'll just Google search it right in front of you, that 2018 bear market crypto insolvency. As you can see, there you go, like crypto exchange, this denies accusations of insolvency. And this is just and this scam, you might have heard Mount Gox, like one of the biggest news of people's funds being stopped, and due to the hacking and stuff. Even before 2018 something like this happened. If you try to read the articles, you'll find out not just like one, many of the exchanges defaulted during these times. And not just the exchanges, the lending platforms, and so much of the things, just the way you're hearing right now. Three Arrows Capital declared bankrupt, Celsius halted the withdrawal, Voyager Capital declared the bankruptcy. So much of the things happened, and this is part of the bear cycle. So this is what we need. And in fact, some of the exchanges you will be hearing, like the most important part of it is some of the exchanges were promising that okay, your funds are safe with us even till the last day. But then when the bad news happens, this is how the people treat. So do not just take the word for it. That do not just consider somebody saying, okay, we are safe. You have to do the research yourself. Obviously, everyone is going to call themselves safe until they are not. Having said that, the Google search is not enough for which of the exchanges is the best. Like if you try to type down top, why this is not enough? Why? Because as you can see, what it is showing, right? BlockFi is also being shown over here, right? So if I go via the Google search, and this is one of the websites, a lot of websites are mentioning Voyager Digital and a lot of stuff. So sometimes the websites can be biased as well. BlockFi, as we all know, it is sold at a 99% discount, right? FTX bought it. So if somebody would have gone by this, he would have drowned his money. And even some of the like websites, Voyager Digital that I mentioned, they actually have declared bankruptcy. So do not just rely on somebody else. They might be promoting, they might be getting money for the promotion, right? So you need to do the research yourself. So this is rule number 2 that we need to understand, that Google search is not enough. Number 2, this is not a new story. The bear market has a lot of things, and do not just take the word for it. Exchange saying we are safe doesn't matter. You need to do the research. And then the Celsius had the problem. Celsius BlockFi and Vault. Why am I mentioning that? Because a lot of big names, like some of the biggest names out there who are multimillionaires, hundreds of millions net worth guys, are recommending these platforms, right? Probably they have friends and probably some of them are using themselves, so they recommend these platforms. One thing that we need to understand, that these kind of platforms where you stake your stuff, you get interest onto the things, you get 20%, 30%, 50% interest, right? You need to remember that all these things are good in the bull market. In the bear market, just the way like you would not buy from the bull market the meme coin and hold it till bear market, you might have experienced, right? 99% downfall. Similarly, during the bear market, you need to be away from these things. You need to be very concerned about the things. Even the best of the exchanges, you need to be questioning every decision. So when you are starting to question even the best of the exchanges, whether my funds are safe or not, you start to think like, what are the risk management? You will at least not put so much money onto these platforms like some of the people have put their entire saving, that even in the possibility it comes to insolvency, you lose it all. Now, having said that, you need to be assessing the risk factor of your wallet, like if you're considering for the private wallet and the exchange, and similarly do the math, and then you need to be sorting the exchange. So right now what I'm going to show you, how do you actually go about finding the best of the exchange. Number one, you need to be thinking, what if I mean personally, let's say I have $10,000, right? Now if I think like, let's say I'm going to buy a Ledger, that's very fine, that's very right? But I mean, if I'm saving on the best of the exchange, $10,000, definitely it's worth it. But let's say I've generated multi-millions, somebody who has generated multi-million, then is it smart enough to save it on the exchange? I do not think so. Why? Because you need to learn the process of holding it onto your private custody, because that is the guaranteed way. Exchange is still like multi-millions, definitely not. But if like, let's say it's manageable amount, definitely yes. Having said that, let us go and jump. How do you actually how do you actually find the exchange? The best way to I found is you go to CoinMarketCap and they have a lot of parameters. As you can see, this is the list of exchanges onto the CoinMarketCap. So Binance is number one. It has a daily volume last 24 hours, $9 billion volume, like obviously far exceeding all these other items. Average liquidity has the highest number. Weekly visits, I mean, this they cannot manipulate. Why? Because this data is coming from the similar web. This is a neutral website, just monitors the traffic. 22 million weekly visits. This one 5 million, 2 million, right? So once you see the top 5 exchanges, yes, it's good enough. Because KuCoin, a lot of FUD was, a lot of bad news was coming. It might be defaulting and so much of the thing, the CEO tweeting, right? But what I need to do, let's say I have all my funds on the KuCoin. I would rather, what I've done personally, like I would move 70 to 75% of it onto the Binance. Just keep 25 to 30%. That's a smart move. Why? Because the Binance is the best right now. It has number of coins. Obviously, number of coins does not determine, because Coinbase is like Binance and Coinbase and FTX. These are like the category king of this field. By the way, guys, I've left the link down below in the description for Binance as well as KuCoin, but I would suggest you guys, if you do not have the Binance account, definitely go and create it. This is the category king. This is like the Bitcoin of the cryptocurrency. Let's say you're doubting the crypto, that it might fall, you need to be moving out, then definitely you can, the last bet you can make, that is on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is going to zero, definitely it's irrelevant for all the other coins. So this one is like the Bitcoin of the exchanges. So this one I can trust. So this is the process, and the reason why I'm saying this, they are giving the exchange a score that using CoinMarketCap, because it might change. Like let's say you're watching this video 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, you might have a order change depending on the performance. Maybe KuCoin will come at the top, and that should be our basis. That should be our criteria, that we need to remove all the biases, which exchange, and then just see the best one and then use it and keep it. Now comes the last point I wanted to make. The last point is, you might have heard, like we have already heard so much of the time, the Ledger, the cold wallet, right? That wallet. But I mean, personally, if initial thought was like, okay, I do not have enough funds, and even I do not know about how do I get it onto my ledger, save it, and what if I lose in there? Because I've heard a lot of story people losing the key. I mean, what if I make a mess of it? I think the exchanges are better off keeping my money. Here's the thing: what do you need to do eventually? Let's say 5 years down the line, you make $20 million, right? So are you still going to keep $20 million onto the exchange? Probably not. Somewhere or the other, sometime or the other, you will have to use this private custody. You will have to learn this private custody. So make a plan that if I exceed this number, let's say somebody who's like managing $20,000, $15,000, he should make a plan that if I exceed $100,000, the first step I'll be doing is learning this process of ledger, getting myself a new ledger. I've crossed $100,000 and then test it with $1,000. Like test it, save it onto the ledger, put it back onto the exchange, save it for several days. Like you need to be very sure that now you are safely able to manage your funds. Then you move that amount, and then that's the process when you actually start to scale it bigger and bigger. So it should be bias free. Nobody should be telling, okay, this is the best and this is the only way, right? You should have the flexibility to think over it. What is the best based on the current times, based on the data, based on what is the real facts are saying, not because somebody influencer is saying that, okay, spend it onto this interest lending platform. Definitely not. So again, guys, I hope that you found the video helpful. Please ensure that you hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Like the video if you like the content. Comment down below for what do you think of this self-custody. What do you think of this exchange, the best of the exchange you feel? I would like to read each one of your comments. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Bye bye.